what's good, ladies and gentlemen? It's your man Vivon here once again with We Create Music TV. Welcome to our interview series. And tonight we have three-time award, Billboard-charting and award-winning artist, Fayro. Y'all give it up for my man tonight. I need y'all to give it up, give it up, give it up. That's right.
What?
What's good? What's good? How you feeling,
How
brother?
y'all doing? How you doing, man? I'm great. I'm great today, man. I'm actually feeling pretty good. Like I said, it's a little rain outside, but as you see, you know what I'm saying, with the electricity, we just bringing new life, you know what I'm saying? New
Hey,
energy with
hey,
new rain, you know what I'm
my man rocking the Black Adam tonight, y'all. You know what I'm saying?
saying?
Black Adam Shazam. You know what I
Yes,
mean?
sir.
Like
Pharaoh Adam.
Pharaoh Adam. So I grew up watching Shazam and Black Adam and cartoons, superhero cartoons and things like that as a whole. So it was funny when we went to go see the movie Black Adam, and they were talking about
Yeah,
he was talking about his origin and how he got started, and he was like Shazam, and my wife was like
yeah. That's
Shazam.
connected. Like, hold up.
She was like, wait a minute, Shazam? Like, why are he saying Shazam? Like, I'm at the movie theater like, what? Because Black Adam, he's like the first one, like ever,
Yep,
to
yep,
be Shazam. Like, what you mean? She was like, yeah, I don't
yep.
remember that. Like, yeah, Black Adam is like the very first Shazam dude.
Hey,
You know what I'm
I
saying?
didn't know
Like,
that either. I didn't
oh
know that
yeah,
either. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Yeah, I got grew into it. Like I'm a big fan of The Rock. You know what I'm saying? And
Oh hey,
he kind of he
Rock.
kind of was telling a little bit of the origin story on his
Hmm.
platform, like on his social media. And I was like listening to him, and I was like, oh, okay, see, I didn't even know that. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I know that was big for him to be able to play that role, and you know what I'm saying, and also for him to be the color that he is and play that role. You know, so
Exactly,
it inspired
exactly.
me, and I inspired to inspire others just the
That's
same.
what's up, brother. That's what's up. I
Yeah.
want to talk about and touch on that inspiration a little bit later. So I'm glad that you brought it up. But
Yeah.
for those of you who do not know who Pharaoh is, man, provide some background and introduction of yourself. How'd you get started in this whole music journey?
Okay, what one? What one? It's your Pharaoh. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Hey, much love to everybody out there that's tuning in right now. Everybody that's tuning in, future. You know what I'm saying? Whenever you see this, I love you, appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the platform. You know what I'm saying? We create music, TV. Hey, but man, Pharaoh. I'm originally from Memphis, Tennessee. That's where the name comes from. You know what I'm saying? Memphis is a Egyptian name. It means creators. It's the capital of ancient Egypt, you know, and in Africa. So, you know, coming from Memphis, Tennessee is just a way for me to kind of spread that knowledge with my name, you know what I'm saying, and give a little bit back that way. And then, yeah, my start, 15. I was 15 when I actually recorded myself and heard myself play back, and I was like, "Oh man, this is what I'm supposed to be doing." You know what I'm saying? Like I wrote it. You know what I'm saying? It
Hmm.
flowed. It came out easy. It wasn't forced. I just felt like that was my purpose at that moment. You know, so my first time going to the studio and hearing that song and hearing my vocals played back to me.
Mm. Yeah, yeah. So I mean, so talk about that. What was that feeling like when you went in and recorded yourself and heard yourself back, right? You heard yourself back for the first time. So what was that like to
Man,
experience that?
shout out you know what I'm saying, Larry Lockett, you know what I'm saying? He was the deacon at our church. He took care of us, you know what I'm saying, me and the whole group of us like that we saw kick it with. And he was the reason he took me and one of my brethren, D Mauricio, he actually pushed me into writing for the you know what I'm saying, for like the first time seriously, I guess you would say, you know what I'm saying? And we
Hmm.
met around that time. I was 15, and we wrote this song. And then he was like, "I'm gonna take y'all to the studio." You know what I'm saying? He's like, "I'm gonna take y'all to the studio." He took us. It was probably like an hour and a half away somewhere. You know what I'm saying? But the guy, he had a nice studio, a nice setup, and everything, man. And, you know, I'm feeling kind of nervous at the time because I'm like, oh, I ain't never been in the studio like this before. I'm 15 from Memphis. You know, I'm fast on a lot of stuff, but some stuff I ain't had access to yet. You know what I'm saying? So it was feeling good. You know what I'm saying? I'm seeing this guy. He got a nice car. He got a nice studio. The sound quality good. But I go in there, man, and we record on this beat. It came out clean. You know what I'm saying? It was like the people who was there at the house with them, they was coming through like, oh man, that's nice, that's nice. You know, at the young age like that, I ain't never felt it before. And for that to be my first time to get all that good feedback, it was like, man, yeah, I knew that's what I was supposed to be doing. I was supposed to communicate through this music.
Yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up. And so when you really think about it, so you're a young, impressionable teenage young man, right? And so
Yeah.
you're learning and you're being introduced to this industry and being
Hmm.
around people, right? And seeing, oh, my dude got the flashy car. But so when I
Yeah.
was growing up, we didn't have rappers and stuff in my neighborhood. We had drug dealers. So
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
they had the nice flashy cars and all that stuff.
Yeah. Same. You know,
Right.
coming up from Memphis, like that's a part of
Exactly.
like with my grills, like the doughboys used to have the
Mm.
grills, you know what I'm saying,
Hmm.
in their mouth, and like this, I used to look up, like I like it. I'm like, oh, that's clean. You got the gold, you know what I'm saying, the silver
Mm.
in your mouth, you know what I'm saying. That's kind of where I had my idea from. I used to put the bubble gum, the chewing gum wrapper in my teeth, you know what I'm saying,
Get this straight.
to
The
look, you know what
aluminum,
I'm saying. That,
one. It's like, hey, that's how we did it when we was
yeah,
younger because we ain't had the money to actually buy real grills. So we take the aluminum foil
yeah,
out of the gum wrapper
hey,
and be like,
yeah.
that's right.
Yeah, real deal now. We real deal now. You know what I'm saying? And that's just a part of me
That's
staying
right.
true to where I come from. But as far as like the feeling, man, like I said, it felt good. It felt like that was my purpose, and that's when I started kind of taking it serious and being
Mm.
like, oh, maybe I should write more. I should try to record more. I should try to,
Hmm. Yeah, that's the thing, right? So when you're thinking about your overall journey, what are those things that stood out to you the most that really impacted you to say, this is exactly what I want to do, right? And
hmm
so it may have been that moment when you were 15, seeing, being in the studio, seeing the equipment and being surrounded by that type of environment. Was that the
yeah.
moment for you when you
Yeah, it
said,
was. I think
this is
I
it?
would say that's the moment. Yeah, because the energy, I felt it. Like you said, that environment. I was like,
Hmm.
oh man, I feel at home. I don't. You know what I'm saying? I'm in an unfamiliar place, but I'm in a familiar place. You know what
Mm.
I'm saying? Already. I was
Hmm.
already a writer, and I wrote stories and poems and stuff like that. But to be able to put it in this form of music, and I'm like that, to use that creative energy out of me, that was the release for me. That's my release right there. You know
Mm.
what I'm
Hmm. I think
saying?
that's how people get started, right? They get started because, back in the day, I don't know how old you are, brother. I know how old I am, of course, but I don't know how old you are.
Yeah,
But
34. I'll be
okay, okay,
35. I'll be
okay.
35
So
this year.
so so you may have some inkling. Maybe kids still do this today. I'm not sure, right? I got kids, but they were homeschooled, so they never really did what I'm about to say. So growing up, you in school,
Uh,
right? You see the girl that you like. You get into
yeah.
writing them nice poems, right? And
Notes.
them nice
Yeah, yeah,
them
yeah,
nice
yeah.
letters and them
Yeah.
nice notes. Girl, I was
Oh
thinking
yeah.
about you last night, and then how your eyes glistened like the moon as I looked at you across the aisle from where the teacher was teaching, and I noticed you looking back at me, your brown skin, right?
Okay.
So right. Oh no, I
Okay.
was a writer
I
back
see
in the
you.
day,
I see
bro.
you.
Look, hey, I wrote. I was a writer back in the day. I
Yeah.
wrote ton. Sometimes you get to the point
Yeah.
where you got like fake teardrops. Like, oh, the teardrop right here on the.
Hey,
Oh, bro, we
I
took it
used to
to
get them. I get them with that. Then you got to draw the hearts and stuff on there with the arrows and
my
everything all
man,
around. You know what I'm
my
saying?
man.
I
See,
I'm a little inclined with the pencil too. You know what I'm saying? So I used to draw little stuff on there. Yeah, right.
that's
I
right.
know. I'm right there with you. You
That's
know.
right. That's right. But the whole point I'm making is that we start off. A lot of people who are in the industry start off as writing like love letters and poems and
Hmm.
things like that, right? Which then it leads into developing your craft and becoming a songwriter.
Right.
And really writing songs and having notebooks. I mean, I remember I had a notebook full of like raps and songs that was eventually stolen by some dude that I went to high school with. But I ain't gonna say his name, in case
Oh
you watching,
man, that guy.
Anthony. I'm just saying, right, Anthony? I mean,
Woo.
my man. But I'm just saying. But but I mean, we all start off in that type of. At least I believe most people start off in that type of capacity, or they start off in
Yeah.
church, right? You mentioned church, and
Yeah.
so there's influences when they're growing up that is cultivated that leads them into this particular music. And within this music
Mm.
industry, you start off as a songwriter, you start off as a singer in the choir, or whatever the case may be, and you start to
Right.
hone those things
Yeah.
as a young
I was looking
age.
at one of your videos. You were actually in the choir, right? When you were in church, right?
Dang, how you? Well, I mean, I was, but I'm not in no videos though. But I will.
Yeah, no,
I,
no. I saw one of your interviews, and
yeah.
you were saying that you were in the choir, but you was kind of scared to sing, and like I
Yes.
remember that because
Yes. Yes.
my story is kind of similar. I was in the youth choir, and
Yep.
they used to try to push me to go to the front. They're like, "No, you can sing, just do
Exactly.
it." And I used to be like, "Nah,
Nah.
I can't do it." You know what I'm saying? But now it's
That's right.
like I'm learning more to like step into myself and do it the way that I'm meant to do it, and show
Mm.
other people to do it the way that they're meant to do it. You know what I mean?
Mhm. That's right. Right. Yeah, I think that's the thing right there is, yes, you are correct. I was in choir when I was growing up, from little teeny school all the way to high school, right? I was in choir.
Yeah.
And so it was the same thing. They would push you out in front. Hey, you know what? You got the skills. And it was always that reluctance, right? I was always the
Hmm.
type of person that cared about what other people thought about their singing ability. Everything else I don't really care about. Like, you can have an opinion about whatever. But when it came to
Hmm.
singing, that I really cared about. And I was really, really nervous in front of people. And I've sang on stage, I've sang at state choir performances, I've sang in front of 1,000, 2,000 plus people, but
Yeah.
it was never individual, right?
Hmm.
Me and the microphone and the audience.
Hmm.
And I cared too much. That's what it was. I cared way too much about what people
But
thought.
that comes from comparison though. Like it's just depending on what
Man,
you comparison to, because like we all have our
boys
own
to men.
unique voice. You know what I'm saying? No, but like you gotta
Right.
think
No,
about it,
no,
we
you're
all have
right.
our own unique voice. Think about singers like Nate Dogg or even Eminem singing. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying, and stuff like that. Or rappers are starting to hit more harmonies and singing in their rhymes and
Look at
stuff
Drake.
like that. So it's like, yeah, Drake. You see what I'm saying? It's all about your voice and how you use your voice. That's what really makes it unique
Hmm.
and different, and brings something different to the whole creative mix. You know
That's
what I'm
right.
saying? And
That's right.
that's what I strive to do. Like you listen to my last album, Year 422, and it's a whole on a like it's the sequel from Year 420, which is like smoking Year 420, but it's not only all smoking songs. It's like different songs you can smoke too. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna make you think, or it's gonna make you want to smoke and dance, or something. You know what I'm saying? That type of vibe. But it got a whole Caribbean feel to it. You know what I'm saying? Reggae dance hall. But then I just dropped the album today. You know what I'm saying? My Homage, that y'all can go check out, and it also has a little bit of that, but it also has like a hip hop feel to it. You know what I'm saying? And it also has like a pop feel to it. So it's just a mashup of the creativeness that just gonna come out of me, you know what I'm saying? Once I get that message from above, you know what I'm saying, God give it to me. I I
That's
put it
right.
out there, you know what I'm saying, and that's what you get. You know what I'm saying?
That's
My
right.
Homage. Y'all go
That's right.
FayroMusic.com. Go check it
My
out right
homage.
now. It's out
My homage. Yeah, I
for
want to
the
talk about
free.
my. I want to talk about my homage. It's my homage in a minute. It's for free, all right? You can go check it out and down.
Yes, sir.
Right at the bottom is a download link. You can download the whole thing and get your groove on. But so we'll talk about that a little bit later as far as
Yeah, yeah, we'll
inspiration
get
for
into it. We'll
music
get into
and all that stuff. We got some time to kind of get into that. Uh, so as you're on this journey for yourself, becoming the artist that you are, defining who you are as an artist, uh, right? We all experience challenges. So for you specifically, what were some of the major challenges that you experienced, and what did you really learn from those challenges?
Mm. Okay, so it can one of the biggest challenges for me, I know, and probably most of independent artists would be the finances. You know what I'm saying? Of trying to finance it all, everything that you would need to not only go into it for the standard of what the industry might say you need, but to go into whatever you might want to creatively put into it. You know what I'm saying? And coming from a little bit of nothing or none at all, that can be very challenging. So that alone is gonna tell you if this is what you really want to do. You know what I'm saying? And they let me know. Like I said, like I still got a passion for this. Whatever I'm going through, the music gonna always grab me and pull me back, and that's what pulled me out of a lot of situations, even in my life, so to speak, personal life. You know what I'm saying? It's like I go to that music. That music helped me pull myself out of that. I get better in my personal life. That helps me in my music life. It's different me's. It's
Mm-hmm.
different everybody's. You know what I'm saying? People be like, oh, I ain't gonna change this and that, but people have different relationships with other people. Like me and you can know the same person, but we all got different relationships with each other. You know what I'm saying?
That's
We
right.
all speak to each other a different way.
That's
So
right.
you know what I'm saying? So it's all about knowing yourself and knowing these different youths and these different situations, learning from the new ones. You know what I'm saying? To
Mm-hmm.
become part of you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah,
Nah,
yeah,
you're right. You're right.
yeah,
You know, and that's the thing. You know, I love how you put that. Is the fact that we all have relationships within this industry, but my relationship with you may be different than the relationship with this person, but we both know this same person. You know what I mean?
hmm
And so I always try to make sure that all of the relationships are as cohesive as possible. And I never
right.
judge another person based upon the relationship that they have with someone else, right? Well,
You can't.
you did my man wrong. Well, I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like now, I mean, now if you really
You
did,
you will see it for yourself if that person is really like that.
exactly,
You know
you
what
can
I'm saying?
see it.
You'll see it for yourself.
You can
And
see it
your
for yourself.
relationships is one of those things that can help you overcome those financial
That's
barriers.
true.
You know what I'm
That's true.
saying? Because if you got the right relationship with people, you can open the right doors. You know
That's
what I'm
right.
saying? And then the finances will come. I'm
That's
not
right.
necessarily doing it for the finances. I do it for the finances and the fact that I'm getting to the point to where I can do it and support what I need to do. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Do it for a living, do it full time. Really give the people all of me. You know what I'm saying? And pursue
That's
these
right.
different avenues with it. But you gotta still do it for the love. You gotta do it for
Mm-hmm.
the genius of it, the creativeness of it, the rawness, the complexity. You gotta do it for all that.
That's right. Hey, I feel you on that. A lot of people just want to do it just for the bag, right?
Yeah,
And so they feel
yeah.
that, well, if I can just get the bag, then I can sacrifice everything else, which would be
Yeah, I mean,
sacrificing
I guess that's
artistry,
cool too.
creativity.
Whatever your reason, I guess that's cool
That's
too if
right.
you can do it. And you got to see, I guess, have some type of musical ability or the right team or whatever it
Maybe.
might it might be.
Maybe.
You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I guess that would be the same as saying like I'm gonna go get a job on Indeed or something. You know what I'm saying? Somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? Just for the bag or just for the money. So. But just know that you choosing your difficulty level. A lot of people might think
Exactly.
that it's super easy. It's just fun partying all the time. But it's like,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying? I'm a God mode, but I'm sitting here, I'm here with the Thor hammer, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Working out the body and the mind, the
That's right.
creativeness and all that. You got to bust out some boxes, you feel me?
That's right. That's right. So we got one of the a comment based upon what we were talking about here in just a moment, and it's
Mm-hmm.
they wrote comparison is a thief of joy, which is absolutely true. Now
Man.
comparisons can be bad if you're using that to indicate your own self worth, right? So
Mm-hmm.
I love the statement. I want to break it down just a little bit though. Comparisons
Mm-hmm.
can be
Oh,
bad
Lou.
if it's for your self worth, right? If you're developing your self worth from that, then absolutely it
Mm-hmm.
can be
I
horrible.
see what you're saying.
You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? But if you're using it for the betterment of what you do as inspiration, then that's different.
That, that's the key word there, though, is inspiration. You see what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
It's the intent
Inspiration.
yeah, no, go ahead.
Yeah, I was like, inspiration is completely different. What I'm saying? It can turn
That's
into
right.
some people. Inspiration turn into jealousy. You know what I'm saying? Or envy. That's where the
Exactly.
comparison and all that come from. But you can also use inspiration as a positive note to, like you said, better yourself. It's like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
that's giving me a goal. You know what I'm saying? To
Right,
set.
right,
I'm gonna set this goal and complete this goal. You see what I'm saying?
right,
In
right.
that sense, yeah, I can see that. But at the same time, you have to appreciate all levels of it. I'm
Mm-hmm.
put it like that. You got to
No, you're
appreciate the
right.
small wins. The small ones are really big ones because it's always a step forward.
That's right. It's always a step forward. So in that, I have a friend of mine. I tell the story not often, but I've told it a couple of times. I have a friend of mine who's a Grammy award winning producer,
Yeah.
and I remember when he won his first Grammy, and I even went to his Grammy party to celebrate him winning the Grammy.
Okay.
And
Turn up.
oh yeah, for sure. And so watching this guy in his musical journey, and I'm a producer too, and he's a producer, and I'm like, yo, this dude is dope. And
Mhm.
and talking about this comparison is a thief of joy. I started to compare myself to him. Right. I'm not ashamed to tell this story. I've told it several times. And I started to compare
Mhm.
myself to him. And we as people do this a lot. How come he's
Yeah,
getting the
it's the truth.
accolades? How come he's
It's
getting
the
the
truth.
recognition? How come he's getting that? I'm a producer too. I'm just as
Mhm.
good. But then reality set it, and I had to really sit back and think about what is this leading to? Am I becoming
Mhm.
jealous of my friend because he's has already put in years, way more years than I have in this whole
Mhm.
music industry, and he's built up his catalog and relationships way more than I have in this industry.
Mhm.
But I was
Yeah, he
looking at it from the
deserves.
and he absolutely deserved it,
Yeah.
right? And I
Yeah.
was using the comparison as a way to value what I was doing as a producer, to say,
Mhm.
how come I'm not as good as him, or I'm not where he's at? Yeah, he got, like, I know where you live. You know where I live.
But
You come over to my house. But
yeah,
yes, that comparison is dangerous if you're
you did
using
it.
it for self
You did
value.
it right though. You did it right though. Like the key in what you just said was the fact that you went through it. And
Hmm.
a lot of us, we just have to practice and exercise the muscles of working through things and working through emotions.
Hmm.
Everything ain't always physical that you got to
That's
work
right.
out. Sometimes you got to work out the emotions. So we all feel jealous, or we feel like, oh man, like I know, like you said, like I know I'm great. I know I'm great. So
Hmm.
why haven't I been signed yet, or why haven't I been? You see what I'm saying? So
Right.
you go through that, you feel it, and it's like, okay, I can see why I'm feeling like that. But the reality of it, like you say, you have to be real with not only what you're thinking, but just with yourself. The reality of it is, it ain't my time yet, or I need to work harder, or I need
That's right.
what I need to do. You see what
Oh
I'm saying?
no.
So that's why I've been screaming, this what
That's
independent
right.
look like. You know what I'm saying? Because like
Mm.
I'm just like, I'm not gonna. It's not up to nobody to come give me a handout. It's up for me to
Mm.
do it myself. You know what I'm saying? And do it, and then the right people, the right tribe is gonna surround me. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying?
That's
The
right.
right frequency is gonna vibrate with me. You know
That's
what I'm
right.
saying?
That's right. Because you're
We
constantly
rise.
because you're constantly putting in that work. You're constantly developing your craft. You're constantly doing the things that you need to do to promote yourself and put yourself out in the face of, in front of the face of the people that need to
Mm-hmm.
see what you're doing, right? And so
Right.
that's critically important. But I only share that story to say that for anybody that's out there that's comparing themselves to any other artist, producer, songwriter, stop it. Especially if you're using it
Mm-hmm.
for self value,
Mm-hmm.
trying to find value in yourself. I'm not
Inspiration.
worthy, right? Use it
I'm
as
not thinking.
inspiration. Exactly.
Right. I'm not thinking why not me. I'm thinking, oh, I can do it too.
That's right.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
right.
Like, oh, I can do it too. That's why I look up. Like one of my biggest inspirations is Ludacris. He's always been like one of my, you know what I'm saying, for one, his musical
Dude.
ability. That's, you know what I'm saying, love it. Like I grew up, it stuck with me growing up listening to him, and then also his career as radio personality, him
Right.
doing
Yep.
movies and stuff like that.
Yep.
Like I look up to all that, and I've been following kind of in his footsteps, not in no envy in no type of way, but as in, man, he motivates me to know that I can do it too. So now I'm doing movies and I'm auditioning and I'm, you
Mm.
know what I'm saying, taking these steps to do greater things for myself
Mm.
that I have the ability to do. You know what I'm saying, that God bless me with.
That's right. I don't know why people have not given Ludacris his flowers yet.
Yeah.
I'll if I has I'm giving you your flowers, Ludacris. Ludacris
Right.
he is still in my he and people laugh at me when I say this. Ludacris is in my top five.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
absolutely in my top five. But the
That
reason
man a
why
beast. He's a
he is
beast.
a
Like that.
beast, bro. Oh my
That man is a
gosh.
beast. His creative genius is like he how you want it. Like this, he can go hood. You can go hood with it. Lyrical, super. You know what I'm saying. He can go for the ladies. What you want it. Like he giving it to you. You
He
know what
can
I'm
give
saying.
it to you in
It.
so many different ways,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Chris Bridges was a radio personality, right? He started off as a radio
Yep.
personality, right?
Mhm.
Eventually became a
Mhm.
rapper. He used the
Mhm.
platform of as a radio personality to promote himself as a. Come on now, that's the
Yes.
genius. Promote himself as an
Yes.
artist. He was selling his
Mhm.
music, right? Eventually got signed.
Mhm.
He is one of the dopest rappers, but a lot of people don't really like Ludacris or don't put him in the top five because he was like a jokester. Like when you look at
Yeah.
the
He's
video,
playful. Like.
right? He's
But
playful.
that's
He's a
what that
jokester.
another reason why I look. people look at me, it's like, oh, why he got that on? Why he, you know what I'm saying? Because like this, I grew up, like we was talking about cartoons. I grew up looking at Saturday morning cartoons, and I had the towel on, you know what I'm saying, with the clothespin, like I had a cape on, you know what I'm saying, doing all that. I'm an adult, I take care of business, you know what I'm saying, but I'm still creative. I still want to spread that love and that positive vibe, and you know what I'm saying, also show people who look like me, you know what I'm saying, this is what you look like, and this is what we can look like. You feel what I'm saying?
That's right.
So I'm not scared to do it. Somebody got to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Somebody.
And I'm not. And I'm enjoying it. You know what I'm saying? We enjoying it. Like this is real. You know what I'm saying? I'm seated and booty down.
He got the real cape on, y'all. He's a superhero in this music industry. So y'all make sure y'all pay attention.
Yeah. They can see a movie/music video tonight on Brink TV.
That's
you
right.
Know what I'm saying? Y'all,
that's right.
Y'all go check that out. So
you know
y'all
what?
First.
Yeah. Now go ahead.
Everybody can go check it out at brinktvshow.com, you know what I'm saying, at 9 o'clock Central Time. But if you got Comcast in Memphis, you know what I'm saying, it's going to be on channel 31, 9 o'clock. Atlanta's going to be on channel 29 at 12 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so make sure y'all check in. But like I said, everybody, regardless of where you at, you can go to the website, brinktvshow.com, 9 o'clock tonight. In the socket, you know what I'm saying, music video from the new album, My Homage. You know what I'm saying? That just dropped today. It's all dropping today. So if you ain't caught up, go catch up. FayroMusic.com. You get caught up on everything. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
We ride.
That's right.
Yeah. Appreciate all y'all, man.
Make sure you definitely go check it out. And so let's talk about that, right? So you mentioned that it's premiering live tonight in the socket, right? They can see the world live premiere music video at 9
for the first
9
time.
p.m.
You know
first time, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so talk about the experience with releasing the album, My Homage. So let's jump there, and then we'll come back to some other stuff. So talk about My Homage, talk about the video in the socket, but most importantly, talk about your process of marketing your music and video to these different platforms for premiering your video tonight.
First off, shout out to my manager, you know what I'm saying, my wifey, you know what I'm saying, my girl, my love, Symphony Serene. Get you a symphony beat, you know what I'm saying, get you a SynthBot consultation, you know what I'm saying. She helps me with everything, you know what I'm saying, management, PR, you know what I'm saying. She keeps me on point, you know what I'm saying. Make sure y'all holler at her. But yeah, like this rollout, like we've been building on this rollout for years. Like everything that we've tried and worked, we try to keep. And everything that we've tried and it didn't work, or you know what I'm saying, if it don't fit, we adjust, you know. And over the time we've made these relationships like Brink TV, man, with Brink, like amazing guy, you know what I'm saying. We're like super cool, and we, you know what I'm saying, have this relationship to where it's like we're not only personally cool, but we respect each other's businesses and each other's craft, because we see the quality, we see the greatness in it, you know what I'm saying. We actually believe in each other. You see what I'm saying? So we incorporated that in the rollout. It's like, man, you know, hey, we coming back every time if we can. Every time we drop a video, Brink TV. You see what I'm saying? We going on there, you know what I'm saying. He's going to premiere it for us. We're going to get it out to the world that way on the TV, and then along with a lot of other stuff. But that's just kind of how that got incorporated into the rollout of, you know what I'm saying, like releasing the videos and everything. Their relationship and, you know, and the reach. Like how many artists or independent artists can say that they on TV? You know what I'm saying? Like that's the actual Comcast, actual channel. It's on TV. You can see it. You know what I'm saying? Tuned in. So, but a lot more to come too. You know.
That's what's up. Yeah. You know, being on actual TV is different than being on. Maybe I'm not even gonna say it. Because.
But I mean I'm not
even gonna say it. I'm not.
It's all great. It's all great. It's all great.
So let me say that. Let's say that it's all great, right?
Yeah, it's all great.
Whether it's YouTube or Roku or live TV or whatever it may be. It's
whatever the reach. You know what I'm saying? It's a different reach. Exactly. That's why I say.
Let me take it there. That's right.
Yeah, it's great reach. You know what I'm saying? And I'm happy for it all. Like I'm happy for all my blessings, and I feel like that's the reason why God gonna continue to bless me, because you know I'm being myself and I'm walking in those blessings. I appreciate it all. You know what I'm saying? Whereas TV, podcast, YouTube, whatever. Like this is it's all great. You know what I'm saying? And we out here, and You know, we all on the rise right now. I see it. Like you doing
Hey,
great, brethren. I want to say I'm proud of you. You know what
man, I
I'm saying?
appreciate it,
And
brother.
everybody that's been out there rocking with me, they've really been showing love and sharing the music, listening to it. I see the streams. You know what I'm saying? The
Mm-hmm.
downloads, everything. Like I appreciate all y'all. Love y'all. That's why I'm doing this. I'm keep going. I'm keep going. This only the beginning, like of what's gonna really happen right now. Y'all don't
That's
even
right.
know. You know what I'm saying? So just go tune in the socket right now. You know what I'm saying? The
That's right.
video tonight and
9
my
p.m.
homage.
That's right.
My homage. Oh, you did ask me to go into that. My bad,
Mm-hmm.
brother. Oh,
No, go ahead. I was gonna remind
it's
you.
exactly
I
what
was
the
gonna remind you.
yeah, it's exactly
So,
what the title says though. My homage is like paying my respect. It's like flowers. It's me giving my flowers to the inspirations that really stuck with me. You know what I'm saying? Well, a handful of the inspirations. I'm not gonna say that it's 11 songs. You know what I'm saying? This just on this what this project is, but yeah, it's me showing love and respect, putting my creative genius. You know what I'm saying? On what I was influenced by. You know what I'm saying? And trying to create something new, create a new sound with familiar vibes. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, like that's what it is. So like maybe it'll take you down memory lane. You know, send some of your favorites on there. Let me know what your favorite is. Maybe we put a video together for it. Yeah.
that's
I
what's
want the
up.
people. I'm gonna let the people speak. You know what I'm saying? I know I
Mm.
feel like it's great. You know what I'm saying? It's one of the
Hmm.
greatest. But go check it out.
Yeah, I always feel the same way, right? Well, so let me first go back. Yes, make sure you definitely go check it out. You can go download. And it's free right now. Like you could go
It's
download
free.
it right now and listen to it.
It's free. I wanted there was a part of like it's my not only like my homage to those who inspired me for like each song on there has an inspiration. Like it's a sample.
Mm.
It's a sample from inspiration. That's what it is.
Well, the first
And
song on
not
there has a. My bad. I don't mean to
the
interrupt.
what?
The first
No,
song on there
what you?
has a sample from Tennessee,
Hey, there
Tennessee,
you go. Yeah, yeah,
Tennessee.
yeah,
I was like
yeah. Arrested
Tennessee,
Development.
Tennessee. I was like, oh, that's the rest of the development. Oh yeah, look at that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yep,
Yep.
that's
And that
right.
was because that's one of the first. Like me coming up, I was born in
Mm-hmm.
'88. So at the age I was coming up, that was one of the first songs and videos that
That
I
makes
seen
sense.
on the box and like heard that that song that stuck with me. Tennessee,
Mm-hmm.
like I was little, didn't know what I was really listening to at the
Mm.
time. You know what I'm saying? But that's a song that always stuck with me, and I feel like it only fit perfectly for my homage to kind of make
Mm-hmm.
that like my my state appreciation to my state type song. You know what I'm saying? Like
That's
how
right.
Kanye kind of got the John. What's the John he had about Chicago?
Oh,
Uh,
oh
uh,
gosh,
you know what I'm talking about though.
I
Like you know
do,
what I'm
and
saying?
I got
Shout
the
out.
album. I got the album too. I'm
I
trying.
can't. Yeah,
Oh
me too. I can't
gosh,
think of it right now, but he another
dang.
one of my biggest inspirations. You know what I'm saying? But
Kanye.
it's my tribute to Tennessee. You know what I'm saying? It's like that's where I'm from,
Mm-hmm.
born and raised, Memphis, Tennessee. You know, so that's my flip
Big
on it. So
Memphis.
y'all check
Big
that thing out.
Memphis. That's right. As soon as I
Yeah.
heard it, I was like, oh, of course, it's it's Arrested Development and Speech.
Mm-hmm.
He lives down here by where I live at. So I haven't
Okay.
seen him. I haven't seen him in person walking around yet, but he's down here somewhere where
If
I
he
live at
ain't heard
because
it, get him to it. If he ain't
that's
heard it, get him
exactly,
to it. Like
exactly.
I want him to like. That's why like you see the album, everything down to the album cover is me paying respect. You know what I'm saying? To
Mm-hmm.
every sample that I got on there, that's why it's free. I'm not trying to make no money off of it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to, you know what I'm saying, gain exposure and let the people, you know what I'm
Well,
saying, appreciate the music. You see what I'm saying?
that's right.
Like
That's right.
yeah, like and it's for the people. That's why it's free. That's me paying homage to the people. Like I don't want to charge nobody
Mm-hmm.
for it because I feel like it'll go. You know what I'm saying? But like I
Hey,
don't want to charge nobody for it. I want it to be free. I want it to flood. I
right.
want everybody to be able to bump it, appreciate it,
That's
and
right.
become in tune with the Fayro movement. You know what I'm saying? And who
Mm-hmm.
Fayro is, like you said.
Mm-hmm. That's right. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
So when you think about Pharaoh, so for you, what things did you wish you knew before you got into this whole music industry?
That I
what did you
wish I
wish?
knew.
Yeah, what did you wish you knew before you got into this whole thing? Like, man, I wish somebody would have told me this.
Hmm. I wish it's a lot. It's a lot. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
the thing that I wish I knew. Hmm. It's kind of broad, but it's just what it takes. You know what I'm saying? I wish I knew what they meant by you got to make sacrifices. You know what I'm saying? Sacrifices ain't always as graphic as people may assume it to be and associated with, but sacrifices is also like time. You sacrifice relationships. You know what I'm saying? You sacrifice things that you love for the better. You know what I'm saying? Like as far as like, all right, do I want to smoke or do I want to drink? Do I want to work out? Do I want to become stronger? Do I want to rehearse or do I want to go out? You know what I'm saying? Those type of sacrifices. So like I didn't understand what it was. I was always going into it like I ain't sacrificing nothing. I ain't sacrificing me. I ain't sacrificing my family. You know what I'm saying? None of that. I ain't selling my soul. You know, some type thing. But I think the whole, I guess, so to speak, metaphor of it or whatever is you got to sacrifice that time. You know what I'm saying? Like I
Right.
said, you got to sacrifice that energy. You know, like I
Hmm.
stay up and without eating for like days. You know what I'm saying? Like in the studio, in the booth, not on because I can't eat, but just like I'm so in tune with the
In
music,
the
like
moment. That's right.
I gotta get, I'm in the moment, I gotta get this right. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I sacrifice certain things that I gotta eat to look a
Hmm.
certain way or to feel a certain way if I got something coming up. You know, so I got a show
Hmm.
coming up. I don't need to eat heavy. Or I don't need to. You see what I'm saying? Those type of things. Like so, I wish
Right.
somebody would have told me like more realistically what that means. Like what when you get into this industry, the things that you're gonna have to sacrifice. And I know it's
That's
only
right.
gonna get a little more tight niche. You know what I'm saying? A little
Mm.
more even stricter, so to speak. The more that I grow, but I'm creative. Pharaoh gonna always find a way. You know
That's
what
right.
I'm
That's
saying?
right. And I
Yeah,
think to the points that you're saying is that sacrifice doesn't always have to be a grandiose type of thing, right?
yeah,
It doesn't always
exactly,
have to be,
exactly.
I sacrifice my marriage to make it. I
Mhm,
sacrifice my children
mhm,
to make it.
mhm,
It's like, yo, I
mhm.
sacrifice, you know, eating wrong or eating right. Well, I don't want to say eating wrong, but eating junk, right?
Yeah, yeah,
And then
yeah.
eating right, eating healthy, or smoking
Mhm,
versus not smoking, or being in the studio versus going into the club, or practicing my
mhm.
craft versus playing PlayStation, right? Which I'm gonna get on some Call of Duty later, but
Exactly,
that's a different thing. But
exactly.
I'm just saying, right? There's sacrifices that you make. It doesn't have to be a grand. It can be on a very minute level. It can be where I'm sacrificing time to
Mhm.
do this versus doing this. And you always
Right.
hear stories. Oh man, I slept on the couch for eight months before I made it at my friend's place in the
Mhm.
hood, and it was gunshots all the time. It was like, well, it's not always that level of sacrifice that people or struggle that people have to go through, right?
Hmm.
Yeah, those stories are
Right.
inspirational, but
Sometimes you have to sacrifice a feeling like embarrassment. Sometimes you got to be embarrassed.
that's right.
You see what I'm saying? To do the right
Sometimes,
thing or to become what you're trying to be. Because the person that you embarrassed by, so to speak, is don't understand. You know what I'm saying? Where you at? It's pretty much a misunderstanding. So that's all,
mm,
man. That's you know,
that's right.
yeah.
You're
Like
gonna
that's
feel.
one. That's what you say.
And I say you're gonna feel something in some situation, sometime about something. You are. I don't want to say you're compromising something, right? But you
Hmm.
are giving something up in order to
Yeah,
pursue this, right?
and you know it, and you know
And you
it.
know it. You know it.
you
You have to be.
you
You
know
have to be
like
comfortable with it.
the reason why it's one of those things I wish I would have knew or like knew more about sooner is because then I would have studied a little more. You see what
Mm.
I'm saying? I would have sacrificed a little more time to like study a little more because it's like not to sound cocky, but I've always kind of been good. I've always been, what I'm saying, blessed in some type of way, what I'm saying, to have this and like
Hey,
I'm
you don't
I'm
got to be cocky
appreciative
about
of
that.
it. You
Hey,
know what I'm
if
saying?
if
I'm
you've
just
been blessed and you've been good, like that's called favor, brother. We ain't never too proud to
yeah,
have that.
you feel me, you hear me, you know what I'm saying? But it's like I also should have sacrificed some time to still become better. You know
Mm.
what I'm saying? Because good can still be better. You know what I'm saying? Like I need to study more to get this business side together because it took me a while to
Mm-hmm.
really even take the business side of it seriously. So I needed to sacrifice some of that partying time to be like, all right, well, I should have been had my LLC. I should have been had, what I'm saying, these
Mm-hmm.
bank accounts linked to this and had my BMI, and I should have been had my,
Mm-hmm.
to my website going on, and all these things. And that's why, man, I I love Symphony Serene so much, you know what I'm saying? Because she came in, she got me on point with the business side of like
Mm.
the music, and we just merged, like put our powers together, and you got Arcelio Productions, you
Hey,
know what I'm saying? Fayro Music, SymphonyMusic.com. We in there.
that's what's good. I'm glad you mentioned Arcelio Productions. So let's
Yeah,
talk about it. Let's
yeah.
talk about it. So talk about what Arcelio Productions is and your hope for your new indie label.
First of all, Arcelio Productions, the name, it comes from my little brother. I had a little brother who died from leukemia when he was 15. You know what I'm saying? His name was Arcelio. And always said, I was like, I'm going to name this production company after him so his name can live on. And I want to make this production company real, real big. You know what I'm saying? I want this to be, not just a label, but like I said, a production company. So it's Arcelio Productions, and that's where it came from. And I just recently officially, like legally, got it all to become a legal business and an actual production company. You know what I'm saying? And it feels good to be able to stamp his name like that, and still creating and developing, what I'm saying, what it's supposed to be. But like, man, it's like a one-stop shop, everything. We got media, we got PR, you know what I'm saying? We got production, music production, we got videography, you know what I'm saying? Of course, we got music. And yeah, that's what it is. Arcelio Production is all of these things, you know what I'm saying? It's a plug, it's a socket, you know what I'm saying? That's what In the Socket is. That's what this video and this song is about. It's I'm the man, I'm the plug, and I got it in the socket, killing beats while I'm boxing through the game, head locking, head bobbing like I'm Ali stick and move. Got 'em rocky, hand rocket, leap 'em sloppy. If they playing with my profit, I'm the man, I'm the plug, and I got it in the socket.
Hey, and I had a chance to listen to it in the socket today anyway, so it was good. It was good.
You did?
Of course, yeah, of course. But yeah, I always, so people know that when I watch when I'm getting ready to interview somebody, I always listen to the music that they have, and so it just gives me a sense of who you are as an artist and the type of music that you do, right? I mean, we didn't even talk about reggae freak, so we, you know what I'm saying, we didn't go there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Year 422.
Yeah, the year 422.
Speaking of In the Socket though, did you pick up who the sample was in the Socket yet?
No.
You couldn't pick up on it?
Maybe I did, but just in case I didn't.
I'm gonna just say think Missy Elliott.
Oh, I'm gonna have to go back and listen to it then. Matter of fact, we can pull it up right now, brother, and have people know.
There you go.
Yeah. Oh no, I always do stuff like on the fly. Like you could definitely pull it up right now if you wanted to, but I don't want to spoil stuff. If In the Socket is supposed to be something that people need to listen to a little bit later. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they didn't go download that. You know what I'm saying? Get that on your phone.
Look, I'm over here typing stuff like, where we at? Bam. Right here. Right here. Like, oh, My Homage. It's right here. Oh, look, In the Socket is right here. I could play this right now, and people could be like, "Oh, we could jam to it."
Yes,
at
sir.
this moment.
Yes,
look,
sir.
Look, I'm already sitting here setting it up. Like, wait, boom, click this, boom. You're gonna hear some clicking.
Man,
you're gonna hear some.
I love it.
Coming.
I love it.
Boom, on the fly, right?
My Homage, the album, the single In the Socket right now. You know what I'm saying?
Let's see if we can
create
hear it.
music.
Fayro. I'm really the best to do this shit though. Yeah. Killing beats while I'm boxing through the game. Head locking, head bobbing like I'm Ali sticking move. Got 'em rocky, hand rocket, leave 'em sloppy if they playing with my profit. I'm the man, I'm the plug, and I got it in the socket. Killing beats while I'm boxing through the game. Head locking, head bobbing like I'm Ali sticking move. Got 'em rocky, hand rocket, leave 'em sloppy if they playing with my profit. I'm the man, I'm the plug, and I got it in the socket. Why you playing? I'm the man, I'm the one they copy from. Really different type of beats with these drums, Donkey Kong. Memphis 10, where I'm from. Please don't play me like I'm dumb. Plus I talk a little different, but create.
Okay, look. I'm not gonna give y'all all of it. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all gotta go and listen to in the Socket, right? And so if you don't get that chance, like you better go get that chance. Like right now, FayroMusic.com.
Right.
and
For
you
the
could
free,
listen.
for the free.
It's for the free. It's right there. It says download. Boom. You're right there. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, and that way people can tune into your music, and so that's what I like to do. I like to listen to people's music, find out more about them because I can tell about their artistry, who they are, and what they're trying to communicate through their music. You know, so let me ask you that specifically. What message are you trying to communicate through the music that you're putting out?
I'm always trying to push a positive frequency. You know what I'm saying? I do every type of music, like even my I do gangster songs. You know what I'm saying? Talk about where I'm from. Like that's where I come from. Like I have a past. I have a side of me that a lot of people didn't get to see because there was me growing up. You know what I'm saying? But it's up to us to choose who we grow into. And I chose to grow into a pharaoh. You know what I'm saying? Into a king, into a god. You feel what I'm saying? So I always want to put out that type of energy into my music, you know, a truthful energy, or energy that people can actually feel and be like, oh, this is real. I can see why he feel like that in this situation, or why Pharaoh would handle this situation like that. I felt the same way, or I could do the same thing to get out of mine. You know what I'm saying? So it's communication. You know what I'm saying? It's motivation, and yeah, like I want positive energy. Like whether it's a dance song, I want to get you up. I want you to dance. I want you to party. Whether it's a freaky song, you know, I call everybody my freak. You know what I'm saying? Like FREQ, like frequency, but freaks. You know what I'm saying? Like I might get on something for the ladies. You know what I'm saying? But I also will get on something talking about what's going on. You know what I'm saying, in the world, or you know, yeah, like you know, yeah. It just depends on what we got going on. It's something for everybody. Rock, I got rock.
Something for everybody.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. It's not being boxed into one type of music. It's like I'm an artist. See, that's the difference between when you hear somebody say, "Well, I'm a rapper."
Yeah, I can't say rapper. I say entertainer.
Or
you know what I'm saying? Because
right?
I've always, like I'm an entertainer.
That's right. So people got to be careful how they use the words, because their words will put a certain perspective around you that people will have. Well, you're a rapper, so all you can do is rap. And you'd be like, nah, wait a minute. I can write country songs if I want to. And it's like,
hit you with the reggae, like even.
Look, let me tell you this.
Yeah.
Right. I know a producer that is straight hip hop producer. Well, he makes. Let me not say that, because he makes all types of music. But at the moment when I first found out about him, and I was getting acquainted with him, he was a hip hop producer because he was working with Dr. Dre. Right. He was making Dr. Dre's type stuff. I'm like, oh, this is dope. Okay. And so
West Coast Field.
Yeah. So a friend of mine, who's a music executive, was like, yo, listen to the song. He like, watch this video, listen to the song. So I watched the whole video and listened. It was a country song. And I mean country song.
Yeah.
And after I listened to it, he was like, who do you think produced that? And I was like, I don't know. And he was like, I'm gonna say his name. So if you ever watch, he'd know that this was the story about him. He was like, Focus. I was like, wait, Focus? He was like, yeah. He said Focus produced this song. And I kid you not, it was 100% country. You would have never known that a hip hop producer that's worked with Dr. Dre, Kendrick Lamar, and Marsha Ambrosius, and Jay-Z, and all these people have made a country, and I mean, not a Little Nas X type of country, but a straight country song.
Country song, exactly. I believe it.
Exactly.
I can't be I'd be naive to feel like I'm the only one that feel like that. Like I do different types of music because I listen to different types of music, and there's a lot of people that listen to multiple types of music. You know, so you do have people that only listen to one type, but a lot of people listen to multiple types of music. So it's like I believe that there are other people who, like, you might be primarily this type of producer or this type of artist, but you also can do this. Because when I do my rock, like I believe it. Like I go in there like,
that boy, that boy is Nirvana, just like.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, and really go. I even go like Slipknot. I don't know if I gotta
go. Oh, yes, sir.
You know,
Megadeth. Or, see, now I'm getting to the older version, but yeah.
Metallica. You know what I'm saying? And then I flip it to the reggae, and I flip it to the dance hall, like, which is actually a part of me because, like, my dad is Panamanian, so I grew up listening to salsa music, reggae music, you know what I'm saying, dance hall type music like that. You know, so he introduced me to Sean Paul. You know what I'm saying? Sean Paul was one of my biggest inspirations growing up too.
Sean Paul was dope. Sean Paul is dope. That's right. Yeah. You know, so when you listen to your music, you can hear the reggae inspiration that's behind who you are as an artist, Fayro. And so if you listen to My Homage, you'll hear that. If you listen to Reggae Freak, you'll hear that. You know what I'm saying? So you can hear the dance hall feel and vibe to your music because of your upbringing and your background. So
Yeah,
that's
I'm glad you
dope.
picked up on it. Yeah, because
Oh yeah,
even
for
it's certain
sure.
samples on there that you probably wouldn't think like, oh, he took this sample and flipped it to
Exactly.
dancehall type. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yeah, it was like, but it go
Exactly.
though. Yep,
Exactly.
yep.
So
But
I
just
want to. No, I'll let you finish
yeah, go
that,
ahead.
but I'm gonna switch gears in a minute. But go ahead. No, finish saying what you was gonna say.
Now I said the name of few like we got a few people on. Like I said, we got Missy Elliott on there. You know what I'm saying? You just got to figure out what song. I ain't gonna say what song
That's
unless you
right.
figure it out. But we got the Arrested Development. You know what I'm saying? Sample on
Hmm.
there. We got the Cheryl Lynn sample on there. You see what I'm saying? And a Monica sample on there. Like all the way. It's versatile. It's real versatile. Even some Isaac Hayes on there. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. And so, speaking of what he just said in the comment, Dave G from Nirvana used the Gap Band intro on Teen Spirit. I saw that in a
Okay.
interview he was doing with Pharrell. That's the one you're talking about, right? And he was like, "Oh yeah," he said, "I straight stole stuff from there." He's like, "If you listen to the intro to Teen Spirit, that do 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 do," he said, "I stole that from the
Yeah.
Gap Band. If you go back and listen to the Gap Band, it's the same. It is literally the same do 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 do." Like
Okay.
he's like, "I
Uh,
stole it exactly from them." He said because they were a huge inspiration for him as a
mhm.
drummer, and so he was like, that was what I wanted to bring into rock was that same type of soul feel
Mhm.
that I was
Yeah.
inspired by.
And he executed. He executed, and
He
that's
executed
what
it
I'm
well.
striving. That's what
That's
I'm
right.
striving for with this My Homage. You know what I'm saying? It's execution.
Mm,
I want to make this album flowers. I want it to be beautiful to the artists that hear it. Like once they hear it, they're like, oh man, he flipped this
that's
like
right.
this. This is. I like the way he did that. You know what I'm saying? I want them to love it.
Hmm.
I want them to want to push it or want to. You know what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
yeah,
That's right. That's right. That's dope. So
I
let's
try
switch
not to
it.
butcher it, so to speak.
So let's switch it up for a moment. So we've been talking about
uh,
music, but let's talk about film.
okay,
Hmm. So I had a chance to watch Immortal City Records.
okay.
I watched the whole movie right
You
after
are
set.
they're fire in it.
Yeah, it's actually dope. I was like, okay, this is dope. This is dope.
Oh
But the
man.
real reason I watched it is so I could see you in the movie, right? That was the real because I'm doing my research and I'm like, okay, let me see, Fair in the movie throwing up the dollars. You know what I mean? Like, okay,
Yeah.
I see him. I see him back there. So
Damn.
talk about that experience. Talk about the experience of being
Man,
on set, being involved in a movie that's surrounding or depicting, better choice of words, the music industry.
man, that experience was beautiful. You know what I'm saying? It was very similar to the first time that I got in the studio and I felt like, oh, I'm supposed to be doing this because everything just went so smooth. You know what I'm saying? It's like I shout out Symphony Serene, you know what I'm saying? She got me on this website backstage. I go on there, you know what I'm saying, set up the account, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like an indie for actors, you feel what I'm saying? So plug you in right there. Y'all go check it out. And I got on there. I started going for some auditions. I started small. I was like, let me go for this background, some audition. I always wanted to act. I always wanted to be in the movie. Let me start trying to actually pursue it. I went for this background role, man. And I'm standing there, and the director, Miss Patricia, man, shout out to her, man. She showed me love. She was so awesome, and she's very professional and creative, man. I love her. She was like, "Hey, you pull your mask down." I pull my mask down. I'm grilling like this, like I'm like Memphis, like doing my little Memphis bob like this. And then she was like, "Them real?" I was like, "Nah." I was like, "Yeah, they real, but they ain't permanent." You know what I'm saying? Like she's like, "Okay." Then she told the dress director, you know what I'm saying, the clothing
Mm-hmm.
director. She was like, "Put some bling on him. Put some bling on him. He gonna be our special guest rap star." And I'm like, I bet, what I'm saying? I'm thinking I'm
That's
just
right.
gonna be here for some background, and you actually pulling me into the movie to be something that I already am. You know what I'm saying? I feel like
Mm-hmm.
I'm already. I feel like that was God or the universe talking to me,
Mm-hmm.
like, hey, you supposed to go. They took me upstage. I seen Ron Rico back there. He was in the movie. He was getting chopped up. You know what I'm saying, by the barber. I'm like, hey, it's clean. They was like, thank you. He was
Mm-hmm.
cool. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, they put the watch on me, man, and we did the tape. Like we did that scene. I was actually in another scene in there too in the background. I was actually in the background on this jump, but they actually, man, they ended up putting me in the trailer, the scene. I actually got to
Yep.
interact with one of the main characters. You know what I'm saying? Mika. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Shout out her, man. She was cool too. And yeah, man, it was beautiful.
That
Like I
was
said,
dope.
just flowed.
That was,
Yeah, we
yeah.
did it take like 30 times, you know what I'm saying? But I did it the same way every time. They was like, hey, so she gonna walk by, y'all make her feel special. I'm like, all right, bet. You know what I'm saying? Throw the
That's
money,
right.
you know, make her feel, you know what I'm saying? You know.
That's right. You had the
So
glass
yeah.
on. You were like, ding.
Yeah,
I was like,
you know
yeah.
what I'm saying?
Oh, no, it's right. You raise
Yeah.
it's right. You raise it up versus doing it down. You were
Yeah,
like,
you gotta see a little bit.
ding.
You know. Cause
Yep.
we in there
Yeah,
shooting
yeah.
the video. I'm
Yep.
getting my video shot by Ron Rico, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm-hmm. They were like, because when she came in, they were like, close that door. And so then the dude closed the door, and then she came. She was like, "Oh my!" Then she looked at you. She was like, oh, "I'm such a great fan of yours. Oh my gosh!" Like,
yeah,
oh my gosh.
she was like, "I love your music," and it
I
was
love your
crazy that
music.
she said that. Like she pretty much like we all kind of improv it, and it came out dope. Like Miss Patricia, she set it up, and we all kind of improv it, and that was the scene that we chose and we ran with, man, and like it came out amazing. And I'm like, because I felt like it was me. It was like they put the money in my hand. It was like the universe telling me this is what's to come. You know what I'm saying? They like her coming and telling me she loved my music. Like this is what's to come. You know, like, and I got people telling me that, and my fan base is growing. The blessings are coming in. Like I said, got the label up, new album out, video about the world premiere. You know what I'm saying? Blessings on blessings, bro.
Blessings
you know
on blessings. That's right. So in that experience of being on Immortal City Records, the movie, right? It is a movie, y'all. It's not a show. It's an actual full-length movie. You can go watch right now on Tubi. You know what I'm saying? And yep, on Tubi.
It's good. It's good.
It's pretty good.
I'm so happy that it came out good. Like I'm like,
pretty
I'm
good.
like, oh, I'm so glad it wasn't janky.
I've
like
seen other.
They did a great job.
Yo, I've seen other movies on Tubi that. I'm just saying.
It ain't one of them. It ain't one of them.
It ain't one of. This is actually was really well directed and produced and shot. Right, I can tell whoever the director was and the director of photography did their thing with the composition and the blocking and I'm sorry, y'all. I'm getting into the whole film thing. Y'all know how I am with film.
No, for real. Like I said, shout out the director Patricia. You know what I'm saying? Like she I can't remember everybody's name, but everybody that was there a part of it was great. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, if y'all need me, the Fayro here. You know what I'm saying? And speaking of that, I actually got some other stuff in the works now too. I can't fully speak on, but like it didn't stop there. That was pretty much just the beginning to some doors being opened up. And like I said, I've been walking through those doors. And
that's what's up.
Y'all keep putting them prayers out and them vibes out for me.
That's what's up. So let me ask you this, because this is a question I want to ask, and it's a follow-up question to the movie. How similar was what was going on in the movie similar to real life music industry?
It was very similar. It was very similar. Like when she told me, like I said, like she was like telling me I did a great job. They was like, "Oh, you're doing great." Like I was able to do the same moves, and like it was just easy for me because I'm like, "Oh, I've been doing this." Like throwing money. Me and my brother, man, shout out LaPreston Smith. You know what I'm saying? Down there in Louisiana, brethren, Pat, my brother Pat. Like we was in Colorado, you know what I'm saying, throwing money, you know what I'm saying, in the stripper cages and at the clubs, you know what I'm saying, like 2009, 10, you know what I'm saying? So it was easy for me to go in there and be like, oh, this is what we do then. You want me to make it feel special? This is what we was doing. We was making it rain, you know what I'm saying? We was kicking it in the club, we was popping bottles, you know what I'm saying? We sipping. And we still do that from time to time, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, it was easy to kind of flow into that and reenact it, so to speak.
So when you think of the storyline of Immortal City Records, right? So when you're thinking about the entirety of the movie, as I was watching it, I was like, yo, this is just like the music industry. I mean, literally just like...
As far as being like controlling and...
As far as being controlling and demeaning. And I'm telling y'all want to get into this music industry, you're going to have to... Because there are people like that. The young lady who played Sapphire...
Yeah.
What's her name? Sapphire? The record label executive heard when she was talking down
his
to
wife.
When she was talking down, like, you get up here today, like, you better come on up here. Do you want this job? First of all, I was like, hold up. I don't know the hell you're talking to. You ain't gonna talk to me like that. I don't care what type of industry this is. You ain't talking to me that way. I'm just
But see, I can see where they was going, because it's like Mika had to it was kind of coming in with them sacrifices. Like sometimes you have to sacrifice, or even speaking back on certain things. You see what I'm saying? That goes back into the sacrifice thing. So, but you got to balance it between like, okay, is this just a moment to where you just need to keep your mouth closed and go and keep going? It's a bad day, or it's training to be stronger, or is this a part of a toxic relationship? You see what I'm saying? It's like, at what point do you realize that, okay, this is a toxic relationship versus, okay, I'm just going to sacrifice, I guess, being the alpha right now, kind of to speak, or to, you know what I'm saying, just releasing control for a second. You know what I mean?
Yeah. There's some layers in this movie. You know what I mean? When it comes to the issue Sapphire was dealing with the artist, you know, her husband or boyfriend or whatever I think was husband, and then how he was reacting to the main character. What really got me though was when they were. First of all, let me go back. It was filmed at Patchworks, right? Part of this movie was filmed at Patchworks in Atlanta.
I don't know. Probably.
It had to be. It had to be because as soon as they were in the building and Sapphire was standing at the top of the steps, I was just sitting back looking. I was like, "Yo, that's Patchworks." Like I know.
You know where?
Like I know that's Patchworks.
Probably was.
That's 100% Patchworks right there. And then they showed the scene where he was in there recording the song, and it was Sapphire with the engineer. And as soon as I saw the room, I was like, "Yep, that's Patchwork." I was like, "That's 100%. That's 100% Patchwork right there."
See, I don't know. I ain't that deep.
It can tell you how many times I've been there, right? That I know just from the steps that's Patchworks. And because when she walked in, and the reason why I knew it is because when she was standing at the steps, and then she went into the room. Where she sat down at the desk.
When she called her, when she first went in the building, and she told her to come on. And she followed her into the office.
And they walked upstairs and walked into that office. As soon as they walked into that office, I was like, "Wait a minute, that's Patchworks." I know I've been in that room several times. I know that's Patchwork Studios. And yes, as I was watching the movie, I was like, "Yeah, I bet that's Patchwork, like 100%." But okay,
that's dope. That's dope. You know your stuff. You put me up on game. See, I love learning new stuff. See, I'm a learner. Like, put me up on game.
I know that was Patchwork. I could tell. But for anybody who watches the movie, my whole point of this whole thing was what you see in that movie is very similar to what you will experience in the music industry. I don't know if people would, and I think shout out to Patricia, the director. Her name is Patricia, right? The director, because she encapsulates the actual real stuff that happens in this music industry, the relationships, the stuff that you got to take, people coming after your girl, you having to fight dudes. You know, and what I'm saying?
Like we're gonna throw a disclaimer out there. We're gonna say, because we already said every relationship ain't the same. You see what I'm saying? Every relationship is the same, but that is something that it's worthy enough to make a movie about. So it's definitely something. That's right. You know what I'm saying?
So I'm gonna always say this for support of Fayro. Make sure you check out the movie because my man is in the movie, right? So make sure you support and that you go watch. You pay homage to the movie for a dope dude that's in the movie as well. So
I appreciate that, bro. John, appreciate that, and I appreciate y'all, everybody that's tuned in, that already tuned in to the movie. I appreciate y'all. Like I said again, shout out Miss Pat. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Just shout out everybody, man. Everybody that's vibing with us right now and that we connected to. Shout out y'all. You know what I'm saying? We're going to continue this rise. Yeah.
So what I need to get from you is that website that you go to make your acting profile. I need that.
Oh, backstage.
Oh, backstage. Let me type backstage.com.
Yep.
I need to be in somebody's movie. I need to be in somebody's movie. A comedy. I want to be in a comedy. I do.
Yeah, they got stuff on there. Like it's all up to you, bro. Like you get on there, you sign up. It's a fee. You know what I'm saying? Depending on how you want to pay it, you can pay it monthly. You can pay it for a year. You know what I'm saying? But it's all up to you. You gotta go through, apply for the job. Someone they're gonna do callbacks, auditions. You do your auditions. You might have to drive there. Or you might do a virtual audition. You see what I'm saying? Like as long as you put in the work, you're gonna make something happen. And I've been, like I said, I've been making some stuff happen. I'm happy about it. I wish I could tell y'all right now.
Hey, I wish you could too, because
I got one that's already done. That is like it's more of a role that I was actually in. I did. It's like not leading but supporting. Yeah, it's a supporting role. Though. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, supporting roles. I'm still waiting on them to lead roles. So
Yeah.
there's steps. You know what I'm saying? There's steps
Yep.
to it. So let me start off as the background, and then boom, let me start off as a this, and then I'm supporting now. Oh, then I'm the lead now. Boom. Right?
There you
So
go. There you go. Like I'm playing my role, so to speak.
that's
You know
right.
what I'm saying?
That's right.
So like, and we rising with it, man. I'm thankful for all those blessings.
That's right.
So dope movies coming out. Dope album out right now. Got more after you listen to that. You can. It's a lot more on the website fayromusic.com. Like I said, with a Fayro. You see it. You see it right here. Yep.
That's right.
Like
That's right.
man. Just tune in. It's a lot of content. It's a lot of me. It's a lot of Fayro. So we got a content for days. Like it's for everybody. Stuff that we actually do. You know what I'm saying? Like if I'm doing fitness, I'm actually into fitness, so I do fitness. You know what I'm saying? For some of my herb, I might dabble in the herb a little bit, so I actually do the herb, or I actually, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, let's rise, let's grow together, and let's keep learning from each other. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all support Fayro and the things that he's doing, the things he's accomplishing. Make sure you tune in for all the new things that will be coming down the pike that he can't really talk about yet, but I'm interested in seeing where his journey takes him. So make sure you
keep your prayers like.
That's right. And make sure you chop it up with him. You can reach him at Fayro Music. You got the social media at the bottom. The website, of course, fayromusic.com. So just as you see it. But man, so Fayro, any lasting words you want to give to those who are watching? Any piece of advice you would tell them that you want to leave them with?
Right. Some words that I live by, some quotes. Be hungry, not thirsty. You know what I'm saying? In the sense of, you know what I'm saying, not even just the fasting, like you doing physically stuff, like you might fast, you know what I'm saying, to better yourself, you know what I'm saying, but you need to drink water, you know what I'm saying, to survive or to replenish yourself and to flush yourself out. But also in the fact of be hungry for the opportunity, you know what I'm saying, and don't be thirsty for the lust or for the distractions, you know, at that time. Be ready for what you work for, you know what I'm saying, put in the work. You know, practice, you know what I'm saying, research, study. Yeah, man, and just tune in, you know what I'm saying, or fayromusic.com. Like I said, everything you tune into there, you're going to get the exclusive on a lot of stuff before it releases anywhere else, so it's going to hit there first. So subscribe, you know what I'm saying, drop that email address, and we're going to be locked in. Or you can get my phone number off Instagram, you know what I'm saying, tune in on there. It's on there. It's a direct line. You can shoot me a message. I send out, you know what I'm saying, inspirational stuff, you know what I'm saying, try to motivate the people. You can get exclusives through there as well. And yeah, man, I love y'all. Much respect and love to everybody that I'm working with right now, have worked with, I plan to work with in the future. You know what I'm saying, I'm thankful for all the blessings. Thanks to you, brethren, you know what I'm saying, We Create Music TV. You feel what I'm saying? Shout out to my producer, my queen, you know what I'm saying, Symphony Music, you know what I'm saying, symphonymusic.com. You check her out, you know what I'm saying? Oh, that's Symphony with a C, C-Y-P-H. What's it? No, my bad, I messed it up. See, C-Y-M-P-H. And then it's A-N-I. You know what I'm saying? Symphony. Yeah, my bad. I got it. I had to see it to spell it out.
That's right. That's right.
But yeah, we in there. Symphonymusic.com.
That's what's up.
We all linked up.
That's what's up. So man, Fayro, it's been a great journey, brother. I appreciate this interview to get to know you. If you wouldn't mind hanging out for just a moment while I close this out.
All right, bet, Brisbane. I had fun.
All right, yeah, absolutely. So stay on for just a moment, and I'll come back to you once we close it out. All right, ladies and gentlemen, man, Fayro, right? Three-time Billboard-charting and award-winning artist. Y'all make sure y'all support. Once again, My Homage is out right now. You can go to fayromusic.com, F-A-Y-R-O, music right now, and download it and take a listen to it. And try to identify all the samples that he has in every single one of those songs as he pays homage to this industry, to this music. So make sure you support, and of course, make sure you support us, Recreate Music TV. Make sure you subscribe. That's the most important thing. Subscribe. Y'all don't know how this YouTube thing works. I'm telling you. You got to subscribe, and you got to like stuff and interact, because then that helps us to make this content and these interviews and the things that we bring to the community in the forefront of what people need, right? So support in every way that you can. And thank you very much for being here. I greatly appreciate it. You can catch us, of course, every Tuesday for our interview segments. And then, of course, we're going to have some additional content coming. I got some additional things in the work that I really can't speak about yet, but you're going to see it. And trust me, you're going to love it. So make sure you watch out in the next coming months for some great things that are going to be happening. So thanks for tuning in once again, and I appreciate you. Peace.